I am long overdue to give an update on everything that's happened in Tassient in the last couple of months. But first I'm going to start by telling you about two events we're going to be at in the near future. First of all, we're going to be at the Arizona Technology Summit next week as I record this. Come and see us there. We can get you into the show free of charge if you talk to us in advance. We'll be doing live demos there. Secondly, we'll be at the EUC World Amplify event at the end of September in Milwaukee. We have a very limited number of free passes for customers there, so you can come to the show courtesy of Tassient. Let me give a quick overview for anybody who's not familiar with us to what we do. So Tassient provides the Apex platform, which does two primary things. First, it supercharges your IT team by providing an agentic AI co-pilot that works alongside a human to troubleshoot and resolve problems with the power of AI. It's completely unique in its approach of having a live connection to remote devices working alongside a human to troubleshoot and fix and understand problems. Secondly, it provides a whole range of absolutely first-class remote management tools, probably quite similar to what you're used to, but best of breed and live and instant. So we have amazing remote control, remote shell, we have file transfer. We also have traditional things like application inventory. We do patch management now, which I'll show you in a second. We have automation, and it's all wrapped up in role-based access. It's fully cross-platform for Windows, Linux, and Mac desktops and servers. So rather than doing any more slides, I want to do a demo. I want to show our new patch management feature. This is an old Windows 10 device I keep around for this kind of thing. It's actually 8 years old. And here's a patch that is missing from that device, and there's some information about it there. So let me configure an installation policy to update it. You do this by targeting a device group. I've actually created a device group called Windows 10 Temp, and I'm going to schedule this to start today. Actually going to schedule it to start in a few minutes because I know the user's gone home. And they're going to get a reboot warning if a reboot's required, and we're going to display that for 60 seconds, give them time to close anything that's going on. All right, so that policy is created. This is the Windows 10 desktop, and the patch is installing. There's nothing to see here until the reboot is actually required. We give the user a nice, friendly warning. They have time to save their work, and as you can see, it's going to start in 60 seconds. They close that down. We're still going to wait the full 60 seconds. And in fact, we're going to give them a second warning generated by the operating system. Give them 1 more minute just in case they needed more time to save their work or something. And that expires and the device restarts. I'm going to show you a different one. This is a Windows 11 device that was missing a patch. And again, the patch actually said it might require a reboot. So I scheduled a device, create the policy. I wandered over to the Windows 11 device and nothing was happening. So I started Googling and just got bored. And actually the patch was installing in the background the whole time. And after I wondered why it hadn't rebooted, I went back to the console. The patch actually had installed. It didn't require a reboot, so we did not reboot. And sometimes can request reboot means no reboot is required. Okay, let's look at some more new features. The dashboard has been dramatically improved. We continue to provide more useful information here across the whole estate of devices. So you can see we now have a list of discovered applications and patches. We also have the most recent service levels for various cloud providers. If we dive into the list of applications, it's fully cross-platform, as you can see, and filterable. So we can search for Chrome, for example. We can see this version of Chrome is installed on 9 different devices. While we're here, a few other new features. For each device, we show not only the outbound public IP address, which is what the internet sees, but also the address behind the firewall. So you can see the local IP address as well. We also provide a view of the last user. That's not just the console user, but if a remote user has connected to a server, for example, then we list that user there. So for servers where you very rarely log onto the console, that's pretty useful. If I switch to a different organization, you'll also see we now can add friendly names for devices, because Windows tends to create a randomly generated name. It's not very helpful, so I can actually tag them with who the owner is and what they're used for. Another really cool new feature in this view is the ability to compare two devices. So here is an old laptop and a new one that I've switched to recently, and I can see them side by side. I can see things like performance levels. I can see the applications that are installed on both of them. I can also compare what patches are installed or missing on the old and the new one. I'm going to wrap up by showing you a few more places that we have integrated AI into every component. So this is the list of discovered applications again, and I'm going to pick on one I keep seeing used, and what on earth is it? Microsoft Edge Web View Runtime. It seems to be used a lot, and it's installed in a few places. I can now click on that new little sparkly magic icon in the right, and we will prompt AI to give you a breakdown of what it is, whether it's a risk, the kind of things it's used for. Give you another example where we have added more AI intelligence. So let's look at the performance view. I'm going to look at the last hour on this device, and I can highlight and expand that chart, another new feature. And now I can look at the history of what was creating CPU load at that point in time on that device. And I can click on one of these processes and ask the AI assistant to give me more information on it. In this case, it's telling me that audio DG is the Windows Audio Device Graph. Apparently that's a legitimate thing. I can click on any of these. Very helpful for troubleshooting historical performance, what was consuming CPU, and whether there's a process that you should be worried about.